figured I'd do like an itsy bitsy tarot card reading. I feel like the energy has been absolutely whack lately. If anybody feels like they're like losing themselves, parts of themselves, and then regaining parts of themselves, like just day to day, like one day you're feeling absolutely empty and you're feeling emotional and you're feeling almost like you're retreating back into a childlike state. And then the next day, or even the next hour, the next minute, you're feeling like you're absolutely on top of the world. I think that's normal. I think it's a type of like spiritual transformation that we're going through as a collective. I think we're coming into a state of understanding ourselves to a greater extent than we had ever been led to believe. Um, yeah. So day to day, pretty much, the cosmos have been kind of like opening up, and little pieces of us have been coming back from different lifetimes. I think that that's part of it. Our wounds are healing. Um, they're mending, and the healing is expediting. There's a lot of energy surging around that is, I don't know, causing a lot of disruption between the lower or the middle world self and the higher self all the time. People that have tried to condition us and take away our spiritual sovereignty and guide us away from our truest, greatest, highest purpose. I think that those things are starting to be like plucked out of the whole fucking and erased from the matrix, so that we can actually come into our being and we can become what we're meant to become. Um, so we're like regaining certain aspects of ourselves from the cosmos, and as we're doing that, we're bumping out or like knocking out certain pins that don't need to be in our bowling arena. Um, but at the same time, it's causing a whole lot of emotions, um, getting triggered easily, a lot of fear, um, certain things going wrong that we don't want to specifically go wrong, but it's almost a blessing in disguise. Um, it's the ending of like a lot of curses and a lot of things that we've needed to remove from, like I said, millennia ago, things that were breaking us down, making us feel like we're less than, um, and we're coming into a greater state of understanding and being, and all the time, um, if you're feeling like you're having a lot of panic attacks, anxiety attacks, um, that can be partially a piece of you returning, that you're just not used to encapsulating in your etheric body. Um, a reminder is that we are not all one thing. Um, and what I mean by that is we're multifaceted diamonds. And we have to let that light shine in the sense of not letting people's perceptions and not letting this idea that, not letting this idea that just because I am one way doesn't mean that I'm not another way. Um, in one instance, you might be like shy and sweet. In another instance, you might be hard headed and ready to claw somebody's fucking face off. That's just the ultimate truth of an individual. It doesn't make you fake or false. It kind of makes you real to be able to adapt like that. Um, and as we're coming into being, adapting is a big part of it. We're integrating pieces of ourselves that we didn't realize from the heavens, and we're integrating pieces of ourselves that we didn't realize from hell. those pieces of ourselves that we used to stand up for ourselves and in our sovereignty, those pieces of our shadow that were neglected or rejected. Um, it appears that something is just shocking us and snapping us into retrieving those pieces, which is always ultimately for the better. So if you're ultra angry, find a positive, healthy outlet for it. Writing, drawing, reading, creating, working with your hands, exercising in the gym or at home, moving your body. Ultimately, exercises keeps the demons happy. Exercises the demons that don't belong to you. Removes them, repels them, dispels them. Yeah. So a lot going on right now, especially with that Atlas getting closer to the sun, getting closer to our Earth, which I think is a big change. I think that it's, I don't know, from one perspective, an alien spaceship that is actually, it's, passengers are parts of us that we've forgotten or that were lost to certain doctrines on Earth, or um, the passengers are alternate um, life forms, but of ourselves that are coming back to inhabit our vessels with us, but they're not entirely foreign. That this was always meant to be, and that they're a benevolent life form, or one that wants to create great change, possibly through a little bit of chaos, but with no harm to anyone specifically. Um, just one little theory, because I know that I've got roots in other galaxies, and I have reason to believe that we all have roots in other galaxies. Um, so there's a possibility that we are coming into understanding that fact. And see, I get really excited when I talk about this because we aren't only what we appear to be. Like, we have so much more to us than what meets the general two human eyes. So I have reason to believe that, yeah, we're going to come into a greater state and a greater sense of truth and becoming, and kind of deflecting all this conditioning and this mundanity and this hierarchy that we've dealt with for many, 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 many years on this earth, and kind of recapitulating and like re-evolving into something, and liberating into something more beautiful and something more becoming and something more whole and fulfilled, rather than just, you know how you feel when you work for 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 days in a row and you feel like a robot. I think we're coming out of that. We're finally starting to become true humans, um, with a lot of sustenance within, with a lot of vitality, integrity, um, sovereignty. So I think that we're, especially around Halloween time, it's a time when people are taking their magic back, becoming what they've been hiding in the closet, feeling more safe and more free to express that truth from within. Um, we are coming into a time of more equality, um, more love, more compassion, empathy, and understanding. But with that also comes the opposite. With that also comes the people who don't understand, people who do things and say things just because they haven't experienced a certain facet of life that can ultimately make them feel uncomfortable. Um, but if it doesn't affect them, excuse if it doesn't affect them directly 100%, then what is the big deal? Am I right? And everybody likes to have an opinion on things that they haven't